Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hacking Self Storage. It's Tuesday morning and the bloodbath continues. Last week we had a good week at Clough Rd. This is on Tuesdays, it's Clough Rd's figures. Last week we had a really, really good week on Clough Rd. And this week, bing, we've lost it all yesterday, Monday. So, yes, it's just the state of the industry at the minute. We're not doing anything wrong. All we can do is focus on what we can control, focus on the move-ins, and unfortunately, you can't forget about the move-outs, but you can't control them. And if you can't control something, then it's a waste of time worrying, stressing about it. So all we can focus on, all we can control is the move-ins and the reservations. So that is what we have to do. So if you haven't signed up to my newsletter, by the way, you must sign up to it, mrselfstorage.com, getting some awesome feedback from it. The open rates are over 80%, which is phenomenal in the industry. Please let me know your thoughts on it if you are a subscriber, because I want to make it as awesome as possible for you guys. And so I want to do as much as I possibly can do to make sure you get value from it. Okay, so let's crack on with these weekly figures then. Last week we had 18 reservations from Clough Rd and Willoughby. So the Stormore team, we had 18 reservations and we had 5 book online. So 5 divided by 18 means that we had a 28% conversion in terms of people booking online without actually talking to us. I think it's pretty goddamn good, which is, it's okay. Right, so let's have a look at our weekly figures then for Clough Rd. Clough Rd, we had 17 quotes last week, and don't get too bogged down with the conversion rates, because half a week we was showing prices, half a week we wasn't. We was showing prices about an information wall. So it's not really, we can't really get anything from that. So 17 quotes, 7 reservations. That's a conversion rate of 41%. Again, don't read into it. It was we reserved 375 square foot. Move out, we had 5 square foot moved out for 275, but we also had people taking extra rooms. We had somebody taking an extra 75 square foot room, and that meant, sorry. Right, I'm trying to rush because I've got to go to the kids to school. We had 375 square foot reserved. However, we had 5 move-ins for 275 square foot, and we had somebody take an extra 75 square foot room. So we had 350 square foot move-in. And that meant that we was up on the week because we only had 140 square foot moved out. So we was up 210 square foot, which is pretty goddamn good. However, like I said, we've lost it all this week. Right, let's have a look, see if other information I can find for you, where the quotes came from exactly, etc. Yeah, at the minute, it's very, very hard to find out exactly where the quotes have come from, purely because, this time we have logged them all. 16 came from Google, and 1 came from passing by. So 94% came from Google, 6% came from passing by, which is incredible data there. I'm not sure if that data is correct because I've never seen it that high before. We have 94%. But like I said, at the minute, we're not asking people where they come from at the minute, purely because we're trying to think of it from a customer's point of view. I've been doing a lot of research from Jeff Bezos, reading a lot of his books. The current one I'm reading is Shareholders' Letters, something like that. And he says, you've got to wow your customers. Think about a state of wow. How can you wow your customers? And me asking where they found us from, it serves me. It doesn't serve the customers. And all they want to do is be in and out and get a quote as quick as possible. And if we're asking stupid questions like, how long do you need it for? What's your date? Who gives a fucking shit? It's ridiculous. Absolutely crazy that we was asking stuff like this. People are asking stuff like this right now in the industry. And I think it is preposterous, because if we start from the customer and work backwards, exactly what Jeff says, my good friend Jeff, then we wouldn't be asking stupid questions like that. So if you're asking silly questions that doesn't serve the customer, just don't. Stop it, minimize it, simplify it, make it as easy as possible for the customers, because all we really need is a name, telephone number, and email address to get in contact with them. That is it. We don't need to know how long they need it for. They don't need to know when the start date is. We can find all that out later. And also, it intimidates the customer. Oh, I don't really know a start date. And so it puts another barrier between yourself and the customer, because quite often they don't know when they're going to move in. So stop doing that. Again, it's because everybody copies everybody else. This is what I used to do. I used to copy Big Yellow. I used to copy everybody. And it's only when you start breaking it down and thinking, actually, do we need that information? No, but everybody else is asking that information. So everybody else is copying that. and I can't remember what the big boys are doing now, but you don't need to do it. And it's crazy. And again, if you start with a customer and simplify it and ask, what does a customer want? And how can we make that journey from what the customer wants to where he is right now? How can we make that journey as simple as possible? And I know what you're going to say. Showing price on the website is simpler, Dean. Yes, it is. Yeah, I get it. Okay, that stone that you've just thrown at me hurts. And you are right. But fundamentally, there's got to be a balance. There's got to be a balance between what's right for the customer and what's right for the company. And so, but if you are displaying prices behind an information wall, just be careful of the information you ask, because you don't need to know that information right there and then. But the main thing is getting the customer's details so you can log it as a quote and then use your sales process. Right, so gross revenue is £3,602.89. It's actually up 17% from this time last month. So that's really good. So it was up from £3,083. So really, really good. Monthly recurring revenue, that's down 1.9%. It's actually at £21,552. We need this year to get it over the £30,000 mark. Occupancy is 55.76. The occupancy is down 0.91%. So not much. It's hovering around there all the time. The rate per square foot is £19.99. Whoa, £19.99. Again, I don't know. I'd love to know the algorithm, but work this out, because it moves quite significantly. Well, 39 pence it's moved from today to yesterday. I would like to find out exactly what happens with this, because it'll be interesting to see the price. Obviously, it'll be right. Gavin Shields, 100%, knows better than me what he's talking about in terms of data and stuff like that. So it'll be 100% correct. But I love to know why it changes so much. Maybe I should write these questions down and ask him. Right. So £19.99, which it's pretty goddamn good. I don't know how it's still that price, because we've significantly discounted the prices recently, and we're actually up 1.68. Actually, he's got an explanation here. The sum of all currently active subscribers after discount and excluding tax multiplied by 12. Total is divided by total allocated area. Mid-period subscriptions proportions are not currently factored in. Mid-period subscriptions. I don't know what that means. Mid-period subscriptions. Interesting. Well, there's the answer. So multiplied by 12, divided by the total allocated area. So that, and it's good thing is it's after discounts as well. So we don't want to include discounts. There's no way that'd be a correct metric to measure. Right, my friends, don't forget to sign up to MrSelfStorage.com, daily email where I tell you everything in my business. Going really, really well. I really enjoy doing it. It's a lot of work. I do it all myself. Everybody can't believe it. I think I must have a VA doing it or anything, but I do. At the minute, I do everything myself because I think it's important to try and learn the software, learn all the things around it. So yeah, it's taking me a couple of hours a day, but I love it. I really, really enjoy it. It's keeping me accountable as well. And I seem to have a better grasp on the business when I'm diving deep into the figures on a daily basis. So, yep, I share everything. Revenue, we've got true period revenue on there. Daily, we've got the quotes, we've got the conversions, we've got 3 big news sources of the day in self-storage, £11 billion hostile acquisition today as well. Takeover bid. Well, that doesn't make sense. There's an £11 billion hostile takeover bid from public self-storage in America, which is amazing news. And there's also a report that's come out that's saying that self-storage is in for huge growth, as the exact words. All right, my friends, I love you. I appreciate you. Check out MrSelfStorage.com, and I will see you tomorrow when we're probably talking about Mansfield. See you soon. Love you. Appreciate you.